Eventually, she gets around to saying, "Dear, they're playing our song." Well, if she does, the chances are pretty strong that it's the Harold Arlen song. For example, that one Lena's doing may be your song. It's Harold's song, too. So many are. Perhaps the one that is your favorite Harold Arlen tune comes from Judy. It goes on and on. As fast as we can cue the records up, they come. Of course, they aren't all rainbow. There are some live ones here. At the piano, surrounded by friends, is Mel Torme.
This is my particular favorite, Dave. Life is fine with my baby on the swing shift. So divine with my baby on the swing shift. She's the nuts there among those nuts and bolts, with 100 million volts shining from her eyes. She's an interceptor. What can you say about a girl more beautifully than that? She's an interceptor. You could say she's a Hudson bomber or a P-38, but...
That started no wars, that one either.
Oh, beautiful song. Great song.
We have a script here this morning. I would like to store it because I'm afraid it might get cold. We have Harold Arlen, we have Mel Torme, we have a book about Harold Arlen, which is, I think, a most remarkable book because it tells basically the real attitude and facts and truth about a certain man who is famous to a certain extent. I noticed in the first part of the book, Harold, you quoted a New York cab driver extensively.
Very interesting.
Ed Jablonski does, who did the thing. Who is Harold Arlen, he said, after talking about popular songs. And I guess it's true that you probably weren't, a while ago, as big a name, although you've written everything, except Verdi's Requiem, I guess, and a couple of other odd tunes. Why aren't you a big, friendly name like Cole Porter or Dick Rogers? You've written as many fine things.
Well, I don't think I'm as distinguished composer as they are.
Well, you have a right to think so, but no one else thinks so, do they?
I'm afraid not. You're a crowd of one there.
Well, I'm at a loss.
I think it's your desire to be a musician.
Well, I did do my stint out in Hollywood for about 17 years and didn't get around until I came back in '52 in New York, and that had an awful lot to do with it. I used to come in to do a show on occasion and then run back to my home.
It is inhibiting out there, isn't it?
It was wonderful while I was creative, but it's an awful place when you're not working.
Mel, you've been there under both conditions, I believe.
Yes, I have, and I totally agree with Harold. It can be, you can sort of vegetate there if you're not active all the time, you know.
You remember the
It's
Wizard
kind of where
Oz?
the elephants go to die.
No tusks.
Oh, that's Pasadena, pardon me.
You remember the Wizard of Oz thing? Of course you do.
Do I?
Sure. I mean,
So many wonderful tunes from that show. The obvious one. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. What about
The other one that Judy did, Sorry for.
Ah, great song. The night is bitter, the stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder, suddenly you're older, all because of the gal that got away.
You don't mind if I request it, do you? This is a switch.
I must tell you, though, can I stop for just a
requested.
moment? I must tell you, this is really ridiculous, and he's going to hate me for this, but one of the greatest nights of my life, I really mean this, David, and assembled ladies and gentlemen, was during the war. I was invited to Buddy Morris's house, the publisher, and I had never met Mr. Arlen, but I heard so much about him. And he came to the party that night with Johnny Mercer, and he sang, and I went through the window.
No,
I went right through the window. This
Mel.
is one of the greatest singers I've ever heard. I really mean it.
Mel, it's just not
So
so.
he
No, Harold
I don't-
can't sing. I spent a night under the piano with Duke playing, and Harold was trying to sing, but he can't sing. It's
too bad
Those
about
days
it.
are over with.
Yeah.
No worries.
Don't
I'd
try.
rather put it on paper.
Please don't try to sing here because I know you can't sing. It would just be embarrassing for everybody.
Well,
I don't think
that's
the
why
child
Mel is here.
psychology is working at all. We got to try a new approach.
There are certain people who think he can sing.
Well, like everybody.
Musicians think so.
Yeah, and songwriters and singers,
Yeah.
especially singers.
But
I love that, Harold's got an album, which he won't talk about, so I guess I'll have to. A vocal album in which he plays, am I correct, Harold? And you
That's
also
right.
sing his tunes, and nobody does them better. There just is nobody that can sing
By
them
the way,
better.
there's a new one. Is it all right for a plug?
Please do.
Ella Fitzgerald just made an album for Verve,
Mm.
and
My
should
company.
be out the end of this month.
My company.
he sings pretty good. You know, Harold, if I may confess, I made a $2 bet with our producer today that you would...
That I would fluff.
No,
Which I
no,
just
no,
did.
no. About you singing on the program. I won't tell you whether I bet you would sing or wouldn't sing. And I don't intend to tell you now.
I play in all keys, Harold.
What,
It's just that you can't sing is the main problem, of course.
what song have you sing best now?
Anything he's written, probably anybody else has written, too.
Well, why put the teaser on? It's not going to happen.
Oh, well.
I'm afraid he's
There
got
goes my 50 bucks.
Mel, you're the most musically and wonderful singer I know for a long time. Do some of those, really, just for
Oh, by all means. Well, let's see. Now, this is a goodie that Harold wrote for a show called House of Flowers. And can I get on a plug? I do this in a brand new album of mine, not brand new, but reasonably new, called Mel Torme Swings Schubert Alley.
That's the one you
And-
sell at the round table every night.
That's the one I sell at the Roundabout. Mr. Sarnoff, I didn't do that. That was Irving here.
Perfect.
Anyway, it's a beautiful song that goes like this. When a bee lies sleeping in the palm of your hand, you're bewitched and deep in love's long looked after land, where you'll see a sun-up sky with a morning new, and where the days go laughing by when love comes a-calling on you. Sleep on, bee, don't waken, can't believe what just passed. She's mine for the taking. I'm so happy at last. Maybe I dreams, but she seems sweet, golden as a crown. Oh, Stephen B. done told me I walks with my feet off the ground when my one true love I had found. And if that isn't one of the most beautiful songs you ever heard, you're crazy.
Harold, I have a serious, straight, honest-to-goodness question, which you answer in the book, but I'd like you to answer it again. We'll ask this question in 2 minutes from now.
Fine.
You have that much time to think it over,
Oh,
although
yes.
you don't know it. Today on NBC,